Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Spotlight on Gwendy Media TV. I just want to welcome all of you. As you must have seen from the title, today is going to be a very juicy but very enriching encounter. We have 5 guys in the house, 5 great minds, different opinions, one topic: banning or reducing the influx of Nigerian music in Cameroon. Is it a solution? Is it a myth for the Cameroonian entertainment to explode? On the panel, we're going to be discussing with these amazing guys that I've already told you about. Sit tight, guys. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to be meeting them right after the break. All righty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the guys in the house. I just want to take the time to welcome all of you. Our question on today's topic is banning, reducing the influx of Nigerian music, solution or myth for the explosion of the Cameroonian entertainment. Of course, we know that for almost 2 months now, the internet has been buzzing with this topic. So many different opinions. Today, we're going to be hearing from these amazing guys. I'm going to introduce the very first person, Kwoh Elonge, Cameroonian writer, researcher, and co-host of Freaky Table by Decoded TV. He works as bureau head for communications at the Elections Cameroon and also as the coordinator researcher for Better Breeds Cameroon. Currently, he is wrapping up his doctorate studies at the University of Buea. Can we make some noise for Kwoh Elonge? I know you can't make noise, but let me see your comments in the comment section. Show your hands up to welcome Kwoh Elonge. Kwoh Elonge, can you look up to the camera and let's see your face? Oh my gosh, I think Kwoh Elonge just disappeared right when I was about to introduce him. Guys, I'm going to ask you all to turn off any other device that you're watching from because it's interfering with the sound. If you just bring it down to the low minimum, okay? All righty, so let's take the next panelist on today's program. Of course, is Mr. Bliss Chichi Ladislav, who is the founder, owner of Bliss International Holdings, a multimedia consulting firm which doubles as market representative for Istanbul Trading Africa Company in Cameroon. Let me see you guys make some noise for Chichi in the comment section. Show your hands up. Thank you so much for tuning in. All righty, so next panelist in the house, Epule Jeffrey. He's a multi-award winning Cameroonian actor who has earned the recognition in the industry as one of the most seasoned actors. He's been in the industry for over 7 years and has worked with actors from across the globe. As of today, he has over 30 movies to his credit and a couple of awards under his belt. Let me hear you make some noise for Epule Jeffrey in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, Papa Atalaku is in the building, guys. APM Global International. He's a Cameroonian comedian, a dancer, philanthropist, entertainer, music promoter and lover. He's based in Germany, and he is the fiance to one of Cameroon's biggest social media personalities, Newell Christie, the gorgeous Mama Atalaku herself. I hope that she's watching. So let's make some noise for Papa Atalaku. Where are all the Atalashians in the house? I hope that you all are ready to support Papa Atalaku today. And finally, the CY International himself, aka O Pancho, who has been receiving all the bullets on social media from across the globe for daring to say that they should ban Nigerian music in Cameroon, or put it to 80%, 20% only consumption in Cameroon. So welcome, guys. You have the description of all of our panelists. These are seasoned guys in their individual domains. I'm going to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves right now and give us their take on this topic very briefly in 30 seconds each. Kwoh Elonge, take it away.
Oh, so I'm Elonge, writer and TV host. That's very immodest, writer, TV host. Okay. Well, the topic banning. I'll go with regulating influx of Nigerian music. I think that is a timely discussion because it hints at the fact that our air space, or at least our entertainment space, has been, in the way I put it, that has been hijacked. This is not new. This is not new for any country, especially the African countries. Even the Nigeria that we are talking about, that we'll be talking about today, has experienced this type of domestication in their home market. So I think that it's a very timely discussion. And I think that when I see the panelists, that this is a wonderful opportunity for us to have concrete solutions.
Thank you for taking the time to come on board, Kwoh Elonge. We love your judgment. You are just amazing on Freaky Table. You tell it like it is. And we know today all cards are on the table. Let's hear from Mr. Chichi Ladislav, who actually made this comment. He had made this proposal in front of the Minister of Youth and Sports some years back, proposing that a decree be put out for 80% of more Cameroonian stuff to be on our media and only 20% of foreign entertainment. Let's hear from you, Chichi Ladislav.
Yeah, hi, Gwen. It's good to be on the same platform with great minds and with great influencers. Thanks for the opportunity to be part of this and put in some, 20 cents into what is going on. A little correction. That statement was made to the former Minister of Sports and Physical Education, who is now the Minister of Arts and Culture, Mr. Bidumpat. And so I made that statement because what we are facing in Cameroon, it's actually a world pandemic. Nigeria is infesting the world in terms of entertainment and music in particular. It's not only Cameroon that is crying foul. Other countries, South Africa, and other countries like Ghana, they are also crying foul, But then how do we brace it and make the best out of the worst situation we find ourselves in it? I believe tonight we are going to settle the matter.
Yes, so we are going to settle the matter. If you all watching right now are ready for us to settle this matter, let me see your hands up in the comment section. We have to participate. Let's make this program stand out. Let's actually make the solutions come out, because we're not just going to talk. We have to show you documents. We're going to show you documents, the document that has actually been put out that is going to be proposed to MINAC for the 80-20. And we want all of you to give us your comments and let us know what you think. Where do you stand? Do you stand for the 80%? Do you stand for a complete ban? Do you stand for only 20%? Let's know what you all think. Let's hear from Epule Jeffrey. Can you hear us, Jeffrey? All right. I think he's having a little network issue there. Let's go to Papa, aka Atala Q. Where are all my Atalashans? Let's hear from AIM Global. What is your take on this? Somebody like you who is an amazing social media influencer. You have such a great population behind you. You are a lover of music. You're an entertainer yourself. What do you think about this topic?
Well, I want to say great evening to all of us watching, and to all those who are with us here today, the great minds who have come together for this discussion. It's a pleasure to be amongst you guys. It's the right timing, like Mr. Kwoh said, Kwoh Elonge said, what is happening in Cameroon right now, and talking about this topic, it couldn't be any time better. Like, it's just matches. So I'm waiting. I'm just eager to jump into the topic and see what comes out of it, because what I want to emphasize is banning Nigerian music or banning foreign music in Cameroon might not be a solution, but something should be done about it. That is my stand.
Thank you so much for that. And we'll definitely be elaborating, because there's so many questions on the table, guys. So many questions. I will be definitely getting to each of these questions. Let's hear from CY International, who has been taking all the bullets. CY International dared. He dared, I would say, to go online and say his mind, because what he said online was his opinion. Of course, he has been bashed for that, but he's also been celebrated by those who stand for that opinion. So CY International, what do you have to say?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's indeed a great pleasure to be with great minds like Elonge, Kwoh, and Papa Talaku, Epule Jeffrey, Chichi. In fact, first of all, I want to say to those who keep saying that CY is doing this thing because he wants to go viral, he want to be celebrity, please cancel that from your mind, all right? I'm doing this thing for love. I started it not today, since 2013. And I'm so happy people who are involved into this thing are also standing now. So what we are doing is not new. It is not new. Bigger celebrities, bigger entertainers in Ghana, in Kenya, in so many countries in Africa stood the same battle, and today they are enjoying their identity, their culture, because they stood for their culture. So nobody should think that what we are doing is against a crime against humanity, or it's a diplomatic problem. We are just standing to protect our identity, which is our culture. Thank you guys very much, and I pray we come up with a very good solution over this thing, which is nothing but 2080. Thank you.
All righty. So we heard from the last person on the panel. I don't know if Epule Jeffrey is ready to talk now. He's having a little connection problem. Hopefully he can join in soon. Epule Jeffrey, is your connection a little bit better now? Just let us know.
Yeah, I think my connection is way better now. It's way better.
Man, you're looking good. I like those shades.
Yeah.
The way you come in, my brother, you like say,
Wow. Well, they're not shades. They're my lenses. Just like
I need
my guy
lenses.
These are my reading glasses. So I don't want to miss anything underneath. So I'm wearing them. Well, it's always good to be on a panel like this. It is a signal that we are coming to a headway and a breakthrough. Once we have discussions and we begin to have debates on subjects which were a couple of years ago taboo, for us to bring in the debate on whether to listen or not to listen to music was unbelievable a couple of years ago. Now we're bringing it. It's a topic of discussion. It is a sign that there are changes. Cameroonians are beginning to wake up. There is definitely a signal that Cameroon is getting ready for the world. To me, it's a positive sign. And we should all take just the positives, and work with them, grow with them, and we're bound to do great things.
Alrighty, thank you so much. So we're just going to jump right into it. But before that, I want us to take a little musical interlude by an artist called Ebony Armstrong, because it's going to be a heated topic. So I need all of us to sit down and relax. And the title of this song is Kumba Fine. Taj, if that song is ready, please play the song for us. I just want the atmosphere to be a little bit relaxed before we get into the matter, because I know opinions are going to really matter on this vlog right here.
I need something for standing my phone.
Why not this song?
Uno Sadama. Uno Sadama. Uno Sadama. Clean I to put on my table. You know what I did?
Thank God said the debate now all we did for one side.
Well,
all right, Taj, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Taj.
You are begging the comedy show.
All righty, so guys, I know I needed us to start with something Cameroonian, and just to set the tone for the day. So the very first picture that I'm going to put on the screen is what we're going to start with on our discussion. I don't know, did all of you see that image that I just put on the screen there?
You can leave it there for a little bit.
Okay. I want everybody that's watching to pay attention to this image. What do you see? What do you make of this image? Because some months back, a certain DJ in Nigeria put up the comments on the left. And I want everybody to...
Okay.
All righty.
See?
So whoever wants to take the lead can go ahead.
All right. I'll begin, Gwen. First of all, before we get into this topic and get the reaction, I give my reaction on the comment from the Nigerian DJ. You'll bear with me that the song you just played is a Zaiko.
Yes.
Even though they're talking about Kumba.
About Kumba. Yes.
Yes. But the song is a Zaiko song. Okay. And so in a period or in a program like this that we are trying to talk about Cameroon culture and us increasing, the consumption of Cameroon music, first point we should note is that because you talk about Cameroon in a song, it doesn't make the song Cameroonian. Okay. Because this artist is talking about Kumba, it doesn't make the song Cameroonian. Because it is Zaiko. Okay. You understand? That song is it's a Zaiko. That is from Democratic Republic of Congo. You understand? And so getting to the DJ talking about his the fact that they don't play Cameroonian music. First of all, we should understand that Cameroon, from its dual nature, English and French nature, and with French being dominant, particularly places Cameroon in Central Africa as a French country. Reason why Stanley Eno is being nominated in a French category.
Yes.
You understand? And so, one of the heated problems we have is the confusion we have with taking an identity as Cameroonians or taking identity as English-speaking Cameroonian artists. We're having a problem with that. And the problem goes way back with people thinking whether they should sing in English or they should sing in French. And so whether singing in French is going to take you out of your culture, or singing in your vernacular is going to make you more cultural or make you more Cameroonian. I don't know. So if you see a DJ says he plays more of Nigerian music and less of Cameroonian music, it is because Cameroonian music is not at the level where it is bankable. In other words, Cameroon is first of all limited in terms of its population as compared to Nigeria. Cameroon is a state in Nigeria, for instance. If you want to read, Cameroon is a state in Nigeria. And if you want to melt it down to the English-speaking artists, they are Wakati in Nigeria. I don't know if you get my point. And so, commercially speaking, that's why even DJs in Cameroon found themselves in the trap of playing foreign music, because the foreign music is what is vulgar out there. It's what is being promoted to the most, especially Nigerian music. Okay. Nigerian music is a virus. It is contaminating the whole world. Nigerian artists are selling themselves at a very superlative level. They are being bought because, first of all, when you see the video, he sells out the O2 Arena in London. 80% is Nigerians, and the rest are being influenced by that number. Think about the Cameroonian population. You know, think about how much Cameroonians we have out there that can consume our product. You know, so if we don't have that quantity in terms of consumption, it's difficult to have influence, because the influence comes with the number of people who follow you, the number of people who can buy your product. You know, so if a Nigerian is a DJ and he plays Nigerian music, it's because it is bankable for him. His consumers love that. And so in Cameroon, we are not consuming at that level. And when I talk consuming, it doesn't mean just listening. It goes deeper than listening. How many of us buy albums? How many artists release their albums? How many of us buy? You know, I don't want to take a lot of time, you know, because I believe we're going to go around. I believe as what the DJ wrote, it is because his consumers, that is what his consumers want. So he's going to feed the consumers what they want. If you get into a club, the DJ is not playing the kind of music you want.
Okay, thank you so much, Chichi.
Some of us have walked out of clubs because we didn't like the kind of music they were playing. Yes. The fact that it's not good music or it's not good music. We've walked out.
Can everybody mute themselves when they're not talking? Because we have a lot of background noise. I'm so sorry to cut you, Chichi. Please, if you're not talking, can you mute yourself? We have a lot of background noise and it's interfering with everything. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Chichi, for that comment. Let's take AIM Global. What is your assessment of that? You are based in Germany, and I believe that as a lover of entertainment, you have had, you know, situations where you went somewhere and you felt like maybe there was not enough Cameroonian music. Do you agree with what this DJ says? Because this was a Nigerian DJ, and I remember when this particular statement was put up on Twitter, it was a case study. Everybody was talking about it. What do you have to say about that? Very briefly. I don't want us to dwell on that because we have a lot of questions to talk about.
Yeah, just like I told one of the Cameroonian DJs I speak with from time to time, I told him, we talked and I told him, DJs, I believe DJs do play what is good in their ears to entice their customers in the clubs when they come in. Yeah. So they play good music. Now what is happening is how often you play a particular song can get to those people, no matter how good or bad that song is. As far as you play it repeatedly, they will like it.
Yes, people start liking it
in their heads even after the clubbing and everything. So this statement by this DJ saying that they support just their own it's a way of that is the same thing we are crying about right now. Like,
we want our DJs to stand for us, right?
Yeah, we should support our own in terms of, like the DJ say, we play this amount, this percentage of music in our clubs, such that people get used to the Cameroonian music. Support your own. That is it. So I think for me, the DJ is right in what he says.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear from Kwoh Elonge. Yes, you want a macheta. Go ahead. What do you think about that? Because I know you like to analyze things to a deeper level.
Yes. Thank you. I think first of all that it suggests that there is a certain level of cultural consciousness with the Nigerian DJs and in the Nigerian entertainment field. But you see, the reason why you can have predominantly Nigerian music played by Nigerian DJs and their media is also because of the churn rate of the artist. I know that this is, when I say churn rate, I'm talking about the amount of music that is released, say, in a month. It is enough to fuel a DJ's playlist. And so as much as we want to talk about how much we should play our music, we should have a corresponding churn rate in terms of the amount of music that our artists and producers can put out, without which we cannot have the luxury of even talking about policy and percentages. I think that's the first issue, that because of Nigeria's population, they have the luxury of producing more music. Their artists are much more prolific. The data is very clear. You will take our top artists here and compare to even a mediocre Nigerian artist there, and you see the amount of production in terms of sheer number that comes out, and you can understand why their music is so prevalent. I would also want to say that we do not play Nigerian music here to support Nigeria. As opposed to, we are saying Nigeria should support us, but we do not play Nigerian music here to support Nigeria. We play it because of something that I'm sure, Gwen, you are aware of this, something called uses and gratifications. That audience activity is a linchpin as to what would influence a media person like a DJ to prioritize the music. So the other day I was in Douala, and this club, and they playing like Nigerian music back to back. And
wow.
I got so pissed. I went to the DJ, bribed him to play Cameroonian music.
Kwoh Elonge, you bribed the DJ
to play Nigerian music. And
Daily singer, come and hear this one.
And the DJ played. He started playing Fish. Then he went to Daphne, and everybody was seated down.
And
so
suddenly
I was just
he went back to Nigeria.
Yes, and he just switched back to Nigeria. Wow. It says a lot about our own sound too. It points to the fact that the lack of groove in our music. I do agree that programming is an issue, but it also means that we have been so programmed by the Nigerian sound that our own taste in music has turned completely Naija. And so the DJs and all of this have a Herculean job to do, but it only starts with artists producing music which is interesting, which has enough groove. Let me leave it at that for now.
Yep. And I would say, I'm just joining to the point that a lot of people have said that Cameroonians suffer from I think Delhi Singer even did that the other day. She talked about something on her Facebook page, identity crisis. It's almost as if we don't know where we are. When you watch our Cameroonian movies, you hear slangs from other countries. I don't know if it is to say that those slangs are what is going to make them cool or what. There's an identity crisis problem. And I really want to say kudos to Delhi Singer for talking about that, because it is an issue. So do you guys think that we are a little bit lost Is Cameroon lost in terms of who they are and what they should be promoting in their entertainment in general? Epule Jeffrey, what do you have to say? You've acted with so many. Okay, Papa Talaku is already on the screen, so maybe you just take it and then we can hear from Epule Jeffrey.
Talking about identity of our culture in terms of music. Like I'll give, for example, there are types of songs that when we listen to them, we already think of a particular country. Like growing up, you hear of Coupé de Calais, you just think of Ivory Coast. You hear of Zirumba, you think of Congo. So my problem now is which music will make what is that sound that makes it Cameroon?
Yes,
that is what we need to find out. And the other day when Phil Bills was at Freaky with Elonge,
we Kwoh Elonge and
they talked about the Bikusi and the Makosa, like the Bikosa something, right? That is trying to bring out the Cameroonian identity of music that someone will hear. And he gave examples of somebody like the recent song of Kosi. Said when you listen to it, you hear Bikusi, you hear other parts of Cameroonian sound, and that is where you look at all the songs that attract that makes waves in Cameroon is either the melody or the message and the melody. Now, can believe that Cameroon music has a lot of messages in them, and the less of melody. That's why in Nigerian music dominates because they are full of melodies. In Nigerian music, just a sound, just a beating itself, just a beat itself. You start dancing. They don't even say much. You start dancing, inculcating words into the beat and making you to dance. The beat makes you to dance, and that's when you start enjoying. It's like they say, music is that thing that hits you. You feel no pain. So it's either you receive the message or you take the melody and jubilate with it. So that is basically just it. You know, identification is very, very necessary within our music industry, because you need to identify, you need to make it sound Cameroon. Just like Chichi said from the beginning, the fact that this guy was singing about Kumba doesn't really make it Cameroon. He didn't feel that this was a Cameroonian song because that is not a Cameroonian culture. That's, as a producer, you understand, that's how he felt it. The fact that it's a Cameroonian who sang it, called a renowned town in Cameroon, doesn't make it Cameroonian. There is something that when somebody hears, somebody needs to identify it to Cameroon. So that, I think we really have problem with identifying our kind of music.
You've made some very, very good points there, Ipia. You've made some really solid points there, and I totally agree with you on that. We need to find our feet, because if you're fighting for something, you need to let people see what you're fighting for. You need to be showing them who you are, what you represent. Because a lot of times when I've talked to a couple of my Nigerian friends, and this is what they tell us, that when I listen to some of your music, for example, when I go to Cameroonian parties, there is nothing that tells me that this is a Cameroonian music. I just think that, oh, maybe it's a young upcoming Nigerian artist, for example. Do you understand? Why do they say that? It's because maybe there's so many similarities. There's so much copy and paste, you know, and I don't know why people do that. Let's hear from Epule Jeffrey. Epule Jeffrey, for long, you've been tagged the Jim Ike of Cameroon. You've had that actual, you know, living that life of people identifying you to somebody from another industry, even though you are Epule Jeffrey and you're an amazing actor doing your job wonderfully. What do you have to say about that as an actor who has had this experience, you know, experiencing other actors like you using slangs from foreign countries and all that? What do you have to say about this?
So thank you finally for letting me have a say on about no, basically share my opinion on this.
Yes, thank you.
You would have to agree with me that it all boils down essentially to what Kwoh Elonge, Chichi Ladislav, and Mr. AK have been saying. We have an issue of quality. We have an
Mm-hmm.
issue of how our entertainment competes with other entertainment industry. The Cameroonian entertainment industry is a factory that produces goods but hasn't placed, hasn't created, hasn't formatted these goods to get from point A to point B. So everybody is at the creation point. We are at the point A where there's a lot of creation, there's a lot of music, there are a lot of film actors, there are a lot of good films, there are a lot of creative people, but all of us are just creating. But we haven't found the way forward to put these things in the market. So we
Hmm.
cannot compete. The difference with other entertainment industries, and the case in point, Nigeria, is that they have formatted and found culture, their films. It is easy for them because they have found that network. There is structure, there is legislature, there are institutions that readily take a product from point A to point B. So it is easy for them to ascertain quality. If you do not ascertain quality, your product does not go anywhere. No matter how many Cameroonian songs we produce a day, if they are not qualitative and they cannot compete with the technos, with the Don Jazzis, with whoever,
Hmm.
the music ends there because it still
Hmm.
remains at the creation stage.
Hmm.
My point being, all of our A-list artists so-called, from the Salatiels to possibly the only person I see making a little bit of headway is Stanley Eno, and because he has understood how to take his music from point A to point B, there is a whole platform he has created. There is a whole network. Stanley Eno would put out a song these days, networking.
Yes.
All those things are projects, they are strategies. We have
Mm-hmm.
record labels, but what do these record labels do? We have film production houses, but what do they do? Do they brand?
Hmm.
Everybody is at a startup point. We are all startups because we just flood the market and there is no ascertaining of the kind of quality we have. So you have very good artists. But Master KG probably in South Africa has been ascertained by a particular network that has verified the process all through. So his song is qualitative. There is a genre somewhere. All our artists just put out songs. We just churn out this music, churn out this music, churn out this music. Where does it end? What is the final destination? If a song is produced in a corner today, is it just gonna play somewhere in end? Where do our music go to? Is it for Spotify? Is it for
Hmm.
Audio Mac? Is it for what?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you're bringing up the point of
Purpose? To
distribution
brand
because
this artist to have a career path. Salatiel, Salatiel, Salatiel is an excellent musician, but is he an excellent marketer? Is he the one to promote himself? I'll give you a case of possibly Rihanna. I was talking with my nephew yesterday, and he said this lady was giving an image of a good girl gone bad. And every time you
hmm,
see Rihanna churn out a song, it's about a broken romance, a broken dream, discarding some boyfriend, and all that. There is a brand attached to that name. Beyonce
yep,
might
she
be
managed to build a
exceedingly good,
story.
but she has
Mm-hmm.
a team that works. She does the music. Her job is to do the music. Who carries her music from point A to point B? Does Cameroon
Hmm.
have the platform, the network for us to have this song played today?
The
And I see the
resources.
Shekis make a
Don't
video of
forget
that
about the
thing on her
resources because
status
that's part
and
of it.
promote Cameroon.
Wow. Man, I just love every single
Those are the
point
things.
that you
We
made.
have passionate, we have passionate people in our music. We have passionate people in our industry, very passionate people, but we don't have
Yes.
strategic people. Until we begin to strategize about how we're going to get our music out there, that is when we're going to talk about an industry. Right now, we have a factory. We have a very big factory, with skilled laborers, but we do not have the strategy to put our things out there. Banning Nigerian music, is this the solution? We need strong institutions. We need strong people. There is a big blogosphere out there. We need bloggers. The messaging must change. The messaging about Cameroon must change. Daphne must be able to sing a song this night, and it should be heard in a club in America when it premieres 3 minutes later. Eto should be able to dance to that music and tweet about
it. To retweet the song.
Those are the connections.
Yes.
Those are the things. We need strong people. We need strong labels. When we talk about promoting our own and standing by our own, it is not just the job of saying it or for us standing here and saying all those things. It's about strategy.
Okay.
It comes in and there's no quality control, there's no genre because everybody plays music. But if we had the qualitative control such as Nigeria has, before techno comes out, before Kiss Daniel comes out, there are thousands of them. There are thousands of very mediocre artists in Nigeria. But because they have a network that really works, what happens is just the few that manage to do this very good music stand out, and we see them as stars. Nigeria has dozens and thousands of mediocre artists, but those who do the quality music stand out. We need to find a way to get our A-list artists, our good musicians, to have that platform.
I want you to mention the movie industry which you actually represent, Jeffrey Epule, because when we're talking about our entertainment, we don't want to focus only on music because the entire Cameroon entertainment industry is crippled. There's trouble, problem day, there's trouble. And we need to be able to figure out how to send out the right message, how to make people perceive the Cameroonian entertainment in a more palatable way. We have managed to copy and paste so much that people are confused as to who we are exactly, as to what culture we actually represent. And I did ask that question to Epule Jeffrey. He touched on a lot of things, but he didn't mention that. In our movies, I don't know if all of you have maybe had the chance of watching some movies where you hear some slangs like, hey, wo, hey, me, all those kind of things that we don't say those things naturally in our communities, like even in our villages, like we don't have that culture. I don't know what that means actually. So what I'm saying is not talking about any particular person or any particular country, just saying that the fact that we don't have that identity is maybe causing an issue. It's causing a confusion and we need to figure out the route. Yes, CY, you wanted to say something, CY, go ahead.
Gwen, you have skipped, first of all, you skipped from first point that we were into. I did not say anything. But now let me talk.
You have time to talk, CY Pancho.
Yes. Number one, we were in this point of responding to that DJ. The DJ who said, we don't, I don't know if I'm the only one who read that thing. The DJ said it very clear. We don't play Cameroon music because it is not our culture. Yes. I don't know how you people would try to analyze, but it is very simple because Cameroon is not their country. It's very simple to understand that thing. Meanwhile, my campaign was saying, we will not play your own music too because it is not our culture. Simple.
So, CY, what are you saying now?
I'm coming, please. Okay. I'm coming. Let me really talk. Let me talk
Go
something
ahead.
Because a lot of things here, you guys are getting it twisted. Listen.
Okay.
This, Chichi said that Kumba music is Lingala and all these things. Listen, you people should not forget that. That very beats in that music is the same beats that we practice in Cameroon. You will think of Local Lokito. If you know who is Local Lokito, those are one of the biggest artists that we have got in Cameroon. That is the same brand of guitar they were playing. You have people like Ladi Kashila in Douala, they play guitar like that. You have even Charles Topper who have been playing guitar. So those guitar, that one you call Lingala, is the same genre of Cameroon. So we don't have problem with that. Now, third point, you're talking about our culture, like language, you know, playing in English, playing in French. Listen to me, let me tell you something. I don't think we have problem with that. Because since from the beginning of music, we have people like Charles Topé who have been playing music in French. We have people like Njumeloko. We have even Amumba. We have Bebe Manga. We have been playing in French, and there have never been any problem. So me, I don't always
Cameroon
go.
is
Now,
a
for
bilingual
example, I
country
will
by
tell you about
identity.
Daphne. Yes, I will tell you about Daphne. If you look at Daphne's music, if Daphne is having 10 music, 9 has been in English. But the time she played Je suis Calais, which was combined with French, that is when her breakthrough come. And it is out of Je suis Calais that can put food on Daphne's table today. You understand? So to me, we don't have problems with language. Now, Gwen, I will tell every panel here that we don't have any problem with quality of music. We don't have any problem of distribution. Now, let me explain you people something. Listen, there is no amount of distribution that you will make. I'm telling you this out of experience. I have traveled in countries. I have seen things. If I've never traveled before, I'm not boasting. At least I've made about 48 countries. And any country that I go to, I see the way their system is going. Listen, there is no amount of marketing that we will do in Cameroon now that will bring back the culture. You know what is happening right now? Listen, there is no way you can allow incoming while you are trying to settle the present. First of all, you block the incoming. And that is the same strategy that even Nigeria itself. Nigeria went ahead up to the extent that they banned Okrika. If you go to Nigeria today, you see Nigerian men. Most of them, they wear sandals.
They wear the
adore
bubu.
their traditional dress because
why? They wear the traditional attire.
Okrika. And today it has becoming their culture that they cannot live with that. So I don't see how so difficult. Epule, let me tell you something. There is no amount. See, we have quality music. We have quality sound. We have everything, movie, everything loaded. What is our problem now is because we have allowed foreign stuffs to dominate our own. And the only way we can do to stop that is to block that incoming of the foreign stuff. Gradually, our people will get used to what we have right now.
Okay.
Please,
wow.
Without taking much of the
Can I say something, please?
Yes, go ahead. Because CY has touched on a couple of points, which I think that we can all chip in on. Guys, what do you have to say? Go ahead.
Please, let me just conclude. Let me just cut, then you
come.
CY,
go ahead.
Listen to me. When you talk like Elonge said, our artists, they need to be releasing. How do you expect these guys to release when they have been spending money to release the other ones? You people have not made them get the money back. How do they release?
Okay.
How do they release more? Now, when you talk about these guys, they are playing the genre of Nigeria genre. When you listen to that music, you think it's Nigeria. These artists are hungry. They are hungry. They want to eat. So they are following where the waves is going. Because you and me have accepted Nigerian music to dominate our spirit. That is why when you see, like Elonge said, he went to the club, and when they played Daphne, they played Fish, everybody was sitting down because Nigerian music have taken their spirit. Nigerian music have taken away their spirit. So what we need to do now is just one simple strategy. Go to Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, so many countries that I've been to is the same thing. My brother, before you own your identity, you have to do away with one identity. There is no way you can be liking your identity with another identity in you. So we need to block the foreign culture and practice our own, and gradually our people will become used to our own, and they will no more have taste for foreign culture. That is the simple solution that I think should be done.
I think that was something that one of Nigeria's presidents, Abacha, had imposed. They had blocked the influx of a lot of foreign stuff, even as far as clothes. And that forced the Nigerians to love their own and enjoy their own. It's just as if you cook rice and granite soup in your house every day, but you like the smell of chicken on the other side. As long as there's no way for you to go get that chicken, you learn to enjoy your rice and granite soup. I guess that's what Siwa is saying in other words. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Ipir.
All right. It's me.
No, let Chichi
you know,
talk.
the
Chichi,
issue.
go ahead. Yeah.
All right. As per what Elonge said, with people sitting down when they begin Cameroonian music, let me tell you something. It's not when they begin Cameroonian music, when they're playing Cameroon urban music. You bear with me. If the club is boring when they start Petit Pays, Oman they start up. They will play Petit Pays for 1 hour, and no man knows she done that.
And
when
some
they enter old school,
that's
when
true.
they enter old time Makosa,
That's true.
all man
I
will
agree with
vibe
that.
to the thing. So the issue, CY, is don't get emotional. Don't get too emotional and be logical.
Okay, problem don't start. Fire don't start.
Being logical. First of all, you bear with me. Of late, they're trying to do free trade in Africa, for instance, and which is already in the CEMAC zone. There is a law which, if you import goods in one CEMAC country, you pay the custom. If you're moving that goods to another country in the CEMAC zone, you're not going to pay customs again. So it's a law that is there. You understand? So we shouldn't go to the way Abacha used to do things. I want to apply it to what happens now. The way music was played and was done in the old is not the way it's happening now. The platforms in which
Chichi,
you put
this is
music.
culture.
I'm
Chichi,
coming,
this
brother.
is culture, not goods.
Well, Baba, no. I'm sorry, don't be emotional. Don't be emotional, Suwai. This is culture. I'm coming. I'm going to learn. It's culture or it's not culture. That's not the problem. It's about how you sell a product. Whether it's cultural or it is not cultural. It's how you sell a product. And how do you sell a product? How do you sell Cameroonian music? The Cameroonian music could be Makosa, as well as it could be the new vibe that is Mbole, or it could be, I don't know, Bikutsi, or it could be a melange, or it could be Njang. The problem we have in Cameroon is not that we don't do music, it's that we don't do trendy music and we don't do vibe music. In Nigeria, their music it's a vibe, it's trendy. In Cameroon, 2 days ago, you could listen to this girl, what she calls Zitra, going off on Black Bile that she plagiarized her song. Of which, when you listen to the songs, it is a vibe. And so if there is this vibe and you reproduce that vibe, an artist will say you have stolen his song. That is why, Elonge, you went to the club. They couldn't play Cameroonian music, it's very urban music for long. Why? Because there is no consistency in the rhythm. It is not the same Kaye Salate song. You know the same Le Mr. Louis own. You know the Daphne own. You know the Blanche own. 50 own command as the other one. You want to Mike Monster movie own. I don't have a vibe.
Though. That's variety.
It's variety, true. But
other Nigerian songs, they don't have the same rhythm.
Let me help you. Let me learn. The songs we listen in the club, the Nigerian music we listen in the club is vibe music. You understand? It's a trend. You will not see Davido go and say it is him who started this kind of music, and so Burna Boy should not do it. They're all doing the Afrobeat. They're all doing the Afrobeat, which is a vibe in a season. You understand? So for Cameroonian music to stand out, they need to do, well, yes, South African beat, you don't know. Jonathan, that beat. All songs for South Africa, they around that one now. But it doesn't change the fact that other artists like Netosi, they are doing rap, who are also South Africans. And the music, Pato Rankings is doing his kind of dance hall, which is a little Afro, which is different. You understand? And also, we're not really play so amount of music where it never be regularized, because let's not get the topic of discussion twisted.
No,
we want to get to a level where the consumption rate of Cameroonian product supersedes that of foreign product.
Yes.
And so the law of 2003, as stated, adopted by the Parliament, April 2003, says Cameroon media should play 60% Cameroon product and 40% foreign.
But is that what happens? Is that what happens?
Excuse me. Let me land. Let me land.
Go ahead.
I stood up in front of the minister, and I could challenge the minister to do a survey to find out if that happens. But I'll promise you, of late, it has changed. Cameroon media has been playing a lot of Cameroon,
Okay.
a lot of Cameroonian stuff, you know. And so what I'm saying is, for us to get there, I'm giving you the words of the minister. It doesn't take him to wake up and give a decision. But I challenged him because on the panel, we were talking about the new laws on entertainment, you know, which that's a different topic, a whole ball game.
Yeah,
And
that's a whole.
it is a law that existed, which we never knew, and he brought up.
It was not
The
implemented
law had been
anyway.
existing.
Yeah.
Yes, it was not implemented. So it was brought up, revised, and adopted at the parliament and enacted by the president. So I told him, in the same way you brought up this old law that got enacted by the head of state, you could go and revise this one and say the people said they want to consume Cameroonian, because the preaching from the head of state to the ministers is that we should consume Cameroonian.
But
how do we
if those
consume
laws remain in
Cameroonian?
the offices and it's not implemented on the street and sanctions
Thank
are
you.
not followed and it's not, there's no follow-up at the end of the day.
Let me
nothing's
give you the
gonna
protest
change.
speech, please. Let me tell you what the minister told me. The minister told me, for this law to be implemented, it will have to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It will have to go to the Ministry of Communication. It has to go to the Ministry of Arts and Culture. It has to go to the Ministry of External Relations before it goes to the Parliament and then goes to the President.
Child.
And then I said, no, that's not a problem. Every law in Cameroon must not pass through, can be changed with a decree. We're in Cameroon, and a law can be changed with a decree. That comes to amend the law. A law can be amended with a decree. You understand? And so that is the fight. That is when we started fighting about this 80-20 before video went on.
All right,
on social
let's
media.
hear from.
But
Let me
learn something, please.
Okay.
There are artists in Cameroon that do songs that are in their vibe. I'll take case study, Magasco. If you listen to Magasco songs and all its trends, all the base of Magasco songs are jam. But then there is no other person that does that kind of song. And so we cannot have a trend of this kind of song if it's not only him. The vibe of Makosa, when Petit Pays, Sami Diko, Jackie Kinge, all of them were removing the same kind of Makosa. That time it was a vibe, and we still dance to that when they play to it.
Makosa is a bass music.
Yes,
and it's an identity for Sawa people. So whenever they play Makosa, they stick to their rhythm. We have some people who have managed to stick to that rhythm.
It's Cameroonian. Don't take it regional or
it is Cameroonian, but it is particularly particular to the littoral region. It's their traditional rhythm.
It's for the people in Yaoundé, right?
It is their traditional rhythm, no doubt, but it is Cameroonian in general.
What I'm saying is, if we can choose, if we get a vibe, and we say Cameroonian artists decide, our A list, like the B list, C, D, E, O, F list artists, choose to produce this kind of music, especially when you see that it works. If Kali song by Kosi works, let's get to the vibe. Let's
hear from APM Global and Kwoh Elonge. Guys, we'll get for cut and short. If we talk plenty, so we'll not talk all thing. We have so many questions on the table, guys. There are a lot of questions that you all have been sending their comments in the comment section that we have to take at some point. There's a lot to talk about on this topic. Let's be objective. Let's be shooting towards solutions coming. AP, what did you have to say? And then Kwoh, and then Epule and CY, of course. Let's just try to keep it short so that we can go through the questions that we have.
Yeah, I think we have a problem from the generation in particular. Why? Because personally, growing up, in terms of music, at that time, as kids, we're hearing people like R. Kelly. Like, it wasn't like Nigerian music dominating in Cameroon at that time. It was like R&B, like R. Kelly. We knew every lyrics of R. Kelly, Craig David. We would sing 7 Days, all those songs.
Yeah.
It came a point where things started changing and Nigeria came in. What I'm saying is, When the industry is moving to another level, that is how, this is what happens. This kind of talks, this is what happens. Now, when I was growing up, you realize that there is a particular program you go watch music every 4 o'clock, Clip Box in Cameroon,
Yes.
C.A.T. You will not, if you loved it, you will not pass it, because you will see Jackie King, you will see any Cameroonian music that is trending at that time will be played during that at that 30 minutes of Clip Box. You have Daily, which was on every Saturday and everything. Then, particularly from Kumba, we had almost, the kids were watching just one particular channel, Africa Magic. What do they show there? Isakaba from part 1 to 7. This one from part 1, only Nigerian something. So it is already in you. You grow up with it. It has influenced you. That's why when you say, like you made a statement when you said Epule has been called the Jim Ike of Cameroon. It is because we in this generation grew up watching these guys acting from their university days, acting from university campus movies and all those things. They are already in us. So we are used to them such a way that when you see a Cameroonian act, you try to compare it. Hey, you put the act now. It act like who he act like Jim Ike. That's why even somebody in music, when Kosi came, you are trying to identify him with somebody that you know that is already renowned. You're not thinking about that Kosi is trying his best to be his own. You're not thinking about that Epule is trying his best to be the best actor in Cameroon. You're not seeing at that point. You're seeing with somebody you already know that has already excelled. Now, how do you come around this thing? What I will go back to old Pancho, like what he said, that there should be a limitation of the incoming.
Yes.
Such that the consumption of the home product will be much more. Epule said we are still at the factory stage. That's true. We have a lot of acts, we have a lot of good work. But now, as he also said, distribution, how do we distribute it worldwide? And right now, are we actually talking about the home support itself, or how to market it outside? Are we talking about Cameroon supporting Cameroon music first, consuming Cameroon music first, or how Cameroon sells its art outside?
All of that together.
Like,
I think that it has to go hand in hand.
That just like somebody said, we should not go out of the topic.
Yeah, it has to go hand in hand.
Now, if we have already identified that there is a problem. What our panel now is, or what we are here to discuss, is more of, it should be more of how to ameliorate this problem, how to come about, how to go around it, how to better it, how to create solutions to overcome this stage. The main people involved, we are all talking, look at this, is CY, a comedian, actor and everything, producer, Kwoh Elonge, me, I'm like, the real people, not like I'm not saying like they are the only people, but the main people involved in all of this, the musicians, what are they doing about it? All the artists, what are the Cameroonian artists doing about it? The other day, I think it's Stanley who said like we should support, we should consume Cameroon music and so on and so forth.
He actually made a statement.
There is what's the follow-up of other artists?
He called on the DJs.
Which other artists has come about to say, what have they done? Are they united? We also have to see what they are doing by themselves. If you tell we, CY, say make we Cameroonians and consume only Cameroonian products, I'm not going to see how artists will be having a party and they are playing Nigerian songs and dancing to it by themselves, and they expect us Cameroonians to consume their own products. They have to show by example. Like somebody like, let me say, we're always quoting Stanley, of course, he's the face of Cameroonian music. He has shown by every means that he has understood the game and he's trying to put himself out there. When Stanley releases a song, Cameroonians will always say it's a whack song. This one, everybody has something to say, because the thing is, at that point, he's a big guy up there and they expect something supernatural from him. You hear people criticizing, but 1 week later, my sisters, my brothers, everybody is singing Stanley song. Why? because of the way he puts it out there.
So
Like the marketing, somebody was the marketing.
A good
Jeffrey
marketing
was
and
saying
branding
how
strategy.
to take it from one position to the other.
Thank you
he
so
will
much.
sing a song which you think it doesn't have meaning. It's a work song. People are criticizing. He will go out there, play the same song, sing, form a dance with it, and give it back to the people, and the people start enjoying it. So what are we saying? How do we? The problem is already there. We have identified it. Now I'm on the point of how do we come out of this? Yes. From the stage of manufacturing, like Epule said, we're in the factory stage. How do we come out from the factory stage, the primary stage, tertiary, and everything? How do we do that from one stage to the other? How do we do that? That is my own question in my head now. And please let the others say something and see how we go ahead.
Hey, Pierre. In fact, take one man on my behalf. The man, you don't touch some very, very, very important point every day.
What?
You know,
is it possible that nobody is hearing?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing. We are hearing.
I can't hear anything in particular.
You cannot hear me?
I'm hearing you.
I can't hear you, Gwen.
Yeah, I'm hearing
I don't know if it's a problem on my side.
Oh, I don't know why.
I'm hearing you, Papa.
Kwoh Elonge, can you all hear me? Let's hear from Kwoh Elonge. Let's hear from Epule Jeffrey on this topic. You guys should be very brief. You guys should be very brief. Let's go to the next topic because we need to talk about solutions, concrete solutions, and the way forward. How do we proceed to make these solutions really solve the issue that we have at hand today? Cameroon is losing its cultural identity to the foreign influx of music, entertainment, and all of that. Our role, each of us on this panel is, it's a personality in their domain, each of us. And that was the reason why I brought all of us together so we can talk. And we have all these amazing people commenting who are very knowledgeable about what's going on. Let's hear from Kwoh Elonge and from Epule Jeffrey and, of course, Siwa International.
Okay. I think we've gone around in circles. I'm losing my train of thought because
everybody has had, different.
Yeah, we are not focused on anything particular. Like it's a little bit too.
Yes, myself too.
Amorphous. But I should first of all start by pushing back on something. CYC, when you say there is no distribution problem, and that you are undercutting your own argument. Because we have already said, and you have diagnosed rightly, that dumping is a problem, that the Nigerians have dumped their own products in our market. And therefore, we are strangled in the way we can even distribute within our own market. So distribution is a problem. I would like to also say that there is no sense of cultural consciousness, really. And Chichi, when I was talking about the fact that the DJ was prioritizing Nigerian music back to back, and that when the Cameroon music came back, it wasn't just an indictment of the Cameroonian sound. It was also about the fact that people have been so programmed that they think they've lost taste of anything Cameroonian. You see, so there need to be a kind of rewiring, and which is why people realize it. You see, though this seems like legislation, it's also a form of psychology, the idea of programming, that the more you listen to something, the more you start falling in love with that thing. And so countries like Brazil, came up with a 90% quota. And for the 10%, for the 10%, what they did was you even had to pay a tax on the 10%. I gave the other day the example of the South African Broadcasting Corporation, who trying to fight the influence of American music like R&B, hip hop in South Africa, decided to come up with a 90% quota policy. It's the same kind of scenario because the argument was that American music was of better quality than the South African music. But this is what happened. The more they started playing the South African music, it meant two things. The first was that the local artists and producers knew that they had more airspace for their products. That in itself translated in greater production to fill the space that was available. The second was that it raised the profile of the local artists within the South African music industry. And so the brand versions of South African music, or genres like Zosa and all of these, became very prominent. I say that there has been, the fact that we are having this discussion means that there has been some kind of reawakening within us, or the need of that we have to prioritize our music. And I see that, I see the work that our artists are putting in. I do agree with Chichi that we can create kind of a vibe that has to counter Afrobeat, which is now identical only to mainly to Nigeria. But that cannot, that should not restrict the variety of sounds that artists in Cameroon can try. What we need is more play, because the laws that were put in place valorized all the sounds that South Africa had, that Brazil had. It wasn't limited. It's true that we need a sound that would counter Afrobeat. So to me, that's the thing. And I think that cultural consciousness is a very important thing. I don't think Cameroonians have that sense of cultural consciousness, and so it has to impose by regulation.
Thank you so much, Kwoh Elonge. I really love the points that you have raised here. Let's hear from Ipule Jeffrey and then from CY International. Ipule Jeffrey, I think his network is still troubling. CY, take over.
Yes,
very briefly, please. And then we have to move to solutions.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, actually, we have been going round and round. You see, this thing is very simple. It is very, very simple. Our people have been programmed for quite a very, very long time. Do you understand? Our people are already addicted with Nigerian music. I will repeat it from now to tomorrow. We don't even need vibes. We don't need vibes. All those things, distribution, or artists need to go back to the studio, play more music. To me, we don't need those things. Listen, the more we start consume our own, people will be talented, people will be uplifted in the spirit. Hold on, in spirit, finance, and everything will boom. People with music will share.
So if you don't like rice and groundnut soup, you will soft go chop them.
Listen,
go chop them. Fire by force, right?
Gwen, this is the true solution. Every country did the same.
Yes.
Ghana did same. Kenya did same. Every country did same. Close the incoming of foreign culture that got to do with all the
close or reduce. We'll come to that later, because we need concrete solutions to this. Yes, CY.
Yes. So to me, yes. So what I am saying right now is that, number one, like if you ban, because number one, people who are doing this distribution of foreign culture is the media people, those cable lines, all those people, they are the one. Number one. Listen, you see, when I want to talk these things, it comes with a lot of emotions, because you people don't understand. I don't know how you feel the same.
Just find the right way to say it, CY, because a lot of times people misunderstand your point because maybe of how you're saying it.
See, some people will say, oh, no, call Nigeria. No. Listen, the truth is bitter and it should be spoken. Nigeria. We don't have problem with R&B. We don't have problem with Congolese. So if you care, call me any name. That's your problem. Nigerian music, even right to the church. All those churches, you see, those are small Sunday schools. All what they teach our children is Nigeria music, Nigeria country song, Nigeria Chineke Muzuoko. You see, children, Chineke is not our language. It's not our language, for God's sake. Our children are forgetting our language. They forget them every day. The other day, my neighbor slapped me, picking very badly because of my education. A child came back home and was singing Nigerian music, whereas we have 280 tribes, for God's sake.
All right, thank you, CY. We've heard that.
We don't need distribution. We don't need anything like that. All we need is to close the incoming of foreign music, everything. And we have to start with the people, cable lines, all those people closing roadside DJs and all those things. That's the only way we can get back to our culture.
All right, let's hear from Epule Jeffrey. Thank you so much, CY International. Epule Jeffrey, we are happy to have you back. That network, they say all village people, they don't woke up, but we are bigger than that. So take over. What do you have to say before we get into concrete solutions? Because that's actually where we're heading to.
You know, the network is one of the challenges we face in the industry.
Yes, thank you, my brother. That's true. We are facing a real life network problem.
Yeah.
We'll laugh when that's
I
true.
don't know. For a couple of days now, MTN has been very disrespectful,
Kwoh Elonge he had power failure a few minutes before we started. So
it is symbolic of the way they have been disrespectful to their clientele without any form of apology. It is typical of the way the corporate society has been handling entertainment in Cameroon. There is this certain aloofness. I want to delve into the solutions.
Yes,
it is important.
Thank you. Let's get into that.
Because we're just going round and round. It's just about us complaining.
It's important for everybody's opinion to be heard, and then now we can come to concrete solutions.
Yes, very important. Because if we don't have this talk, we're not going to rid ourselves of all the emotion. Music, entertainment, acting, every work of art is a very spiritual endeavor. It is highly spiritual. It brings out raw emotions. So there are a lot of things that come into play when we talk about work of art. But the Cameroonian context is complicated, but has very simple solutions. Very simple solutions. One, we need proper legislature. Legislature. Because you will all agree that what Cameroonians need right now for their entertainment, be it music, be it film, be it fashion, is platform. We have to get to the parliament to ratify whatever document that legalizes Cameroonian airplay wherever, whenever. To a certain, if we do not have this legalization or a legislature that puts Cameroonian content in a way where anybody who goes or disrespects this could be held liable, all of us will just be going around in circles. We have to get legislature done. Number two, we have to make a commitment on the kind of messaging we have for our entertainment. The messaging is very important. If we do not rally around Cameroonian content and sing it loud, there is no way nobody is going to be prouder for a Cameroonian. Never shout Jovi louder than he will shout for MI. Because whether you like it or not, it is theirs. That's why our countries have flags. We have to be able to be proud of our flag. We have a lot of division in Cameroon. And honestly, culture might be the savior if we put in the right messaging into our cultural context. How? We have to get Cameroonians to love Cameroonian music, love Cameroonian film, love Cameroonian fashion, love Cameroonian cuisine. Our bloggers, our influencers must rally themselves. The time is not tomorrow. The time is now to rally ourselves love Cameroon. When we start doing the right messaging around Cameroon, quality, which is the third issue, quality will take its form. We need labels to invest better. We need professional marketing. We don't want enthusiastic people who just love music, who just love film. There should be a market. There should be a market around music. There should be a market around film. There should be a design. There should be a branding. There should be a process.
All those
come out. But who are these?
All those ones that will come after.
Elonge, you say all those ones will come after. Let's hear from.
It's not
Okay.
me talking. It's not. It's
Are you
not
done,
me. It's Chichi
Epule?
probably. It's not
Are
me.
you done? I
It's
want you
not
to
me.
land on your solutions, and then we'll hear from Chichi, because we've not heard Chichi's voice in a while. We are concluding already, so let's. I think Epule Jeffrey's network has come back again with trouble, but you know that was a very good point. Epule Jeffrey, Cameroon indeed has a network problem. You see, we can't have a simple live broadcast. Either it's a power failure, either it's network or something. So there's so many problems that are going on. That's not our focus today. Our focus is how to help this entertainment industry to be more recognized within and without our country, Cameroon. So let's hear from Chichi. What concrete solutions do you propose?
All right. I'm sorry if a lot of the things I say come from a very corporate point of view, you know. See why you cannot say that all of those ones will come after. You cannot shut down and then we stand in the middle of nowhere and we don't know what to do. We don't have a distribution platform. We don't have a marketing project. We should be able to prepare all of that so that if we shut down here, we know, okay, this is what is going to happen. I just read in the comment section, and Vicky is asking Chichi, what have you done? You know, or what are you doing? It's a strange, I don't know what I should say. It's a strange question, you know, coming from you, because if you know, you know. If you don't know, I might remind you of a few. And for the past 4 years, I put up the most watched music program on CRTV called Top Music, which is 100% Cameroon music and Cameroon urban music. And when the program started, the director of programs told me, Chiche, you need to play some other kind of music from other countries and all whatnot. I told him, if you want all of that, it should be in another program and not this program. And Top Music became one of the most watched, even till today. CRTV Sports and Entertainment came and created another Boulevard de Hit, which was still 100% Cameroonian, and especially urban music. And people through that program could see and would know the latest music that was being released, because I was putting it back to back, and Top Music was played at least 5 times a day on CRTV, you know. And I don't need to talk about the events I organized. I'm one of the few event organizers in Cameroon who has done 7 days, 7 concerts in Marwa, May 2018. And there it was 100% Cameroonian artists. Salatiel,
Was it bankable? Was it bankable? Sorry to just slip that into the mix, because there has been a talk about the fact that Cameroonian artists are not bankable enough. A lot of entertainers, a lot of event promoters have argued that they've had events where they brought just Cameroonian artists and they did not make the quota for their money. So just chip in on that. That's not actually what we're talking about, but because you raised the point, I wanted, you know, you to just, are they bankable?
Everything, the problem which people have is that they are not professionals. They're there into ventures that they don't know or they don't understand. My events that I have done have been all bankable. If you get to my wall, if Facebook, you will see, go to 2018, you will see. I did every day, I had at least 3,000 people. And all of the artists were paid, they were happy, and I was good, and I had a success. Same like in 2018 in May, I did a concert with Malox, Elo, and we filled Palais de Sport, 6,500 people. It was bankable.
And I know that it's not just been music, and thank you, Deli, for pointing that. Even movie premieres and all whatnot, a lot of times.
Gwen,
yes,
my movie premieres have been bankable. I've done three movie premieres. I did a Man for the Weekend 2017 in Douala and Yaoundé. It was bankable. I just did a Man Broken. It was bankable.
So I think that because a lot of other event organizers are not meeting the same success that you have, do you think that there's a possibility of working with other people, and that's a solution? It's a proposal. Of course, I know that not everybody works together, right? But what can be done concretely to fix this problem and make sure that entertainment is bankable?
Good. Like you said, it is team spirit. For me it is teamwork. For me to have the success I have, It is not an individual task. You understand? It's a network. It's a chain reaction, and which when you initiate it here, it gets to this other place and to this one and to this other place. You understand? So it is a chain. It's a chain reaction, and like Epie was saying, we need to come together. We need to forget about beef. When it's one thing that is happening, let's come together and we support it and we make it work. And for me, part of the solutions is, like I said, I'll go a lot corporate. Our government should work with, or should bring out policies which these multinational companies can adopt to. For instance, their CSR. They should be able to use our brands. They should use our actors. They should use our artists, to sell their products. We shouldn't sit here and you pass on Rompa and you see it's Kwoh Elonge is opening his hands. In Cameroon,
so what you're proposing is that there should be a collective action, collective work.
That comes with patriotism. You understand? Right. It comes with patriotism. And then other than that, before that we should be there's a part where we need to get aggressive. Something happened in Nigeria which changed the face of Nigeria entertainment, and it was the fact that Idris went and attacked 50 Cent on stage in Nigeria, complaining how 50 Cent comes and takes and collects all the money. The American artists come and collect the money in Nigeria and go with it, while the Nigerian artists remain poor. It should be applicable in Cameroon.
Point noted, Chichi. We have to take others, like one last point, and then we have to take let's take a Pierre, and then we already heard from Kule Jeffrey. We need to hear from Kwoh Elonge from CY.
All right. One last thing I'll talk is about the artists. Build the right team around you to brand you, to market you.
How do they find that team though? It has become so difficult. Like, an artist can have all the good music. They don't have is there a particular way, a format, or an entity, a body that these artists can go to?
For instance, you want to sign a contract. You just go anything they give you, and just tell you don't get somebody who can interpret. You don't get a lawyer who can interpret your contract to you. You get stuck at the next thing. This artist is fighting with this record label because of a contract or breaching contract.
That one a discussion for another day, because seriously,
that's part of the solution. That's part of the thing. How many artists have lawyers? Anyway,
where would they take money to pay a lawyer, Chichi? Okay, let's hear from Epie. Did Epie already give his solutions here? Kwoh Elonge, did you give your solutions?
Not yet.
I have not said something I want to.
Yes, so let's hear from you guys.
Okay. If you were a debater that are giving marks, I would say I would have been beaten right now, because Chichi has said almost everything that is gave as solution. Because first, what are we fighting for, and who are we fighting for?
Yes.
Now, like I said, unity is the main thing. We're only talking about Nigeria did this, they stopped music. What happened before they did it? Who are those who went out there before this thing happened?
Yes.
The artists themselves, they need to come together as one. They need to unite. Those who have made that name, that have that say already in the industry, I'll quote people like Stanley, Jovi, Salatel, and the rest of them that are out there. They need to come together. Go to the administration. That comes
together, go strong,
It's difficult. It's something we are fighting for. It's difficult, but it's doable. It can be done. They need to come together.
So it means that they need mediators. Who is volunteering to be a mediator? Because from what I know, a lot of those artists don't even see eye to eye.
Elonge and Chichi, you bear with me that this thing, when it happened in Nigeria, a few from Two-Face, I think Two-Face and few other artists are the ones who took it to the street before the government intervened. Now, if the government has to do something, somebody has to provoke the government. Somebody has to provoke
My brother,
list of
all the
art
street no be the same kind street oh. Cameroon street no be Nigeria street. I beg.
Listen,
yeah,
listen.
Can I continue? So what I'm saying is that yes, what I'm saying is that they should come together. If they come together and stand as one, all the the entertainers, all of them, be it film, be it music, comedy, or whatsoever, they should come as one. Now, going back to the same artist, how does an artist sell or brand he or herself? How do you do that?
We are looking for solution, no, bro. Or we go on for branding.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm with you. See why I'm with you. What I'm saying is, artists, for you for be able for get supporter, make people, because what you return and say, we want make Cameroonians want Cameroonians to consume our work. So we need to let them, we need to invite them, we need to provoke them to consume our work. How? We need to do, we need to get to those those consumers. How do we do it? Now we have artists who have record labels and so on and so forth. These record labels need to put out. These record labels need to put out distribution plan budget. How to market their artists. They need to. We are talking about when you have interrupted a couple of times that how do they get money to do this? How do they get money to do that? A record label should be able to secure. A record label should be able to secure not jobs, shows, organize shows, get connected to big bars, clubs, and so on. Organize shows for their artists so that they can get there and get money to promote themselves, to do more for themselves. They also need this.
If only the record label they know.
Listen, bro. Oh God.
See,
I don't know what they talk about this.
See why everybody has the time to talk. You will talk. These are my own points. So when your time,
and everybody's opinion counts. Yeah.
Yes. When your time reaches, you have to talk. But these are my own points. So that let me say, for example, if you're selling yourself out, you have to make it. You have to make it like sound big. You have to make it sound big. Look at, let's say for example, an artist has been invited abroad, and you have DJs who are here, who are in Cameroon, who have been playing your songs, who produce your songs. You have dancers. Now you're going abroad for a show. You don't think of taking even one DJ, taking even one. Now, when you do this, these people are also known, and these DJs will get known. And when they get known, they are the ones who are playing your songs. It's like Deathman, DJ Deathman. He has a platform where he is doing purely Cameroon music. But if he does this and sends it to this same artist, the artists, they don't share. How do you promote? How do you want people to consume your song when you don't let the people to know what you are all about? The channels promoting your songs, you don't even promote them.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So CY has been hungry to talk.
CY, go ahead right now. Yes, go ahead, CY.
I think CY should say something.
Thank you so much, Etienne. I just really love every point that each of you has made here is very valid.
See, thank you once more. You see, this is my problem with Cameroonian entertainers, mostly the Anglophone Cameroon entertainers. You understand? I don't talk about the Francophone because I don't really so close to them, even though I have some few friends there. Listen, let me tell you people, this is the hypocrisy. And when I say 90% of Cameroonian entertainers are suffering from inferiority complex, I will always repeat that. You see, like what Chichi have just said. Chichi said, what changed Nigeria entertainment industry is because which artists climb on the stage and attack 50 Cent, they are coming to collect their money and they are going away. Now, what is happening with you guys that when CY stood by all of you people. Nigerians are condemning me. Cameroonians are condemning me. And you big names, you stood quiet. You stood
Are we not
quiet.
yet talking about the issue, CY International? Nobody is quiet. Everybody is buzzing.
We are here talking.
Listen.
We are here talking about the issue.
No, listen, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something. If not of this panel, I believe I am the one who caused this panel, which is happening right now. Let me tell you something. The truth is bitter. It should be spoken. It should be spoken. 90% of our entertainers, both the
let's stop the drum beating now. Let's talk about facts. Talk about facts.
We have 10 minutes.
I'm talking facts. I'm talking
solutions.
Facts.
What are your solutions?
Listen, yes, the thing is that they are still thinking that their treasure, their breakthrough will still come from abroad. Listen, it is just one way. And the only way is that we stop the incoming. When we stop the incoming of foreign, both movie or what kind of domain of culture, listen, we will people, I can tell you that there are so many people who have created channels to distribute music and movie, but it is not working because why? Our people have not loved our own. There are people who have created so many things. They send me the link.
Do you want to force them? Do you want to force them? CY, you cannot say you want to stop everything. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. You can't say stop.
Hold on.
Everything.
I'm coming.
No,
listen,
no, it doesn't work like that.
Let me learn.
No.
Let me
CY,
learn.
it will be erroneous for us to know. It's your opinion, but sometimes you don't say.
Listen,
no, it's just wrong.
Can I tell you
wrong.
something? Can I tell you something?
Just wrong.
Can I tell you something?
See why?
When
Listen to you, sir. Yeah.
Yes. When I want to give now a small example. When children are playing bad play, when you advise them to leave that place, they don't listen. You shout at them, they don't listen. The next time you will not spare your rod. Let me tell you, people.
Okay, CY, you have 1 minute.
The level our culture is suffering. The level our culture is suffering. If we don't take a violence change, you and me will suffer in the future. All these things you are saying, we need branding, we need this, we need to branding, marketing. I am telling you, the level, it will never work. We just need to stop foreign music.
We still need to keep good relationships with our neighbors. We need that for business.
Like it or not, that's the way forward.
Gwendolyn,
that's your point of view. You are trying to force
CY, like it or not,
let's hear from Kwoh Elonge. Let's hear from Kwoh Elonge. CY, you have 30 seconds to wrap up, and then we hear from Kwoh Elonge.
Listen, today, I want to still say it. Chichi just said, because somebody attacked 50 Cent and said that you are coming to carry our money and go. And from there, everybody, wow, and today, I can bet you 90% Nigeria culture and everything. My brother, you cannot starve your children to death because you want to maintain good relationship with your culture. Take what is yours. And the only way we can take what is ours is to put 80% of Cameroon content and 20% of foreign content.
Okay, so which means that you're not saying they should stop completely.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. So why did you say total ban when you're saying 80%? Still here. Makes a lot of sense.
I think we lost Kwoh Elonge there. I don't know if the lights went off at some point. So guys, it's been a very heated discussion. As we already saw from the caption of the program, 5 great minds, different opinions, one topic. You've heard it. Everybody has their own experience.
I like to interject somewhere, please. So
yes, go ahead, Jeffrey. Go ahead.
Just to put into perspective a lot of things CY is saying. Nobody is pushing for the complete ban of foreign music. It is totally wrong. It is erroneous, and it is a moral disrespect to the freedom of choice. You have to let people listen to what they want. But then this is what we have to do. There should be a level of control. And there is no control if we do not make it formal and legal. We should start with legislature. When you legislate, you put in means to regulate and control. That works. If we agree on an 80-20, perfect. How do we institute that? Is it on TV channels? Is it online? Or wherever we have to listen to music?
On all platforms and everywhere.
That is where so legislature comes in, because CY is not going to go house to house, bar to bar, club to club to listen to who plays or whatever. SACEM in France does that. They say an institution that counts playtime, and that's how artists make their money. because there is a certain form of legislature and there are institutions to
All righty. Very good
back
points.
such
And
legislature.
so,
No matter how
very good.
proper legislature to move on. It will ensure quality. It will make our music. It will make our music competitive internationally. It is not about forcing our music on people. 80-20% on platforms will make it work because automatically we will get the right kind of songs and the right kind of people to invest from the start. It's not about forcing people to watch or to do what, 80-20% is perfect. How do we get there? That should be the question. We should rally ourselves, come out, get up for an 80-20% stay, go to the parliament, do it legally, clamor for our young parliamentarians and those we voted into the parliament to give us some legislation that protects Cameroonian content.
Voila.
And make sure that it is implemented as well.
Jeffrey, how do we do that when some of you guys are sleeping? If not of this platform,
see why
right
people
now,
are not sleeping. People are not sleeping.
That's it.
People are not
See
sleeping.
why people, I believe that people have been, I saw a comment. I saw a comment here in the comment section where somebody talked about the fact that people have abandoned T-Zip and Chat because he mentioned the fact that everybody needs to proclaim themselves as a king in their domain. He got a lot of backlash as well because people said he's comparing himself to superstars and oh whatnot, he's this, he's that. So there's this issue where people want to be objective and stand for what they believe in, but then they meet a backlash at the end of the day. So in conclusion, Chi, guys, let's do this in 30 seconds each. Way forward, way forward, way forward. How can this be implemented?
I've already talked about I've already made a lot of points. I've even said, I've said the things I've been doing at my level as an individual, and which I've been doing for the past like 15 years, And what I'm saying is, if something was applicable in 2006 through a particular means, it doesn't mean that you must use that same means in 2021. We know the country which we are in. There are a lot of things that we have to do it in context. And so what happened with NSAS in Nigeria is not the same thing that can happen with End Forum Music in Cameroon, and we go on the streets and we fight that 80%. You wouldn't take an individual's phone and cut off YouTube from that person's phone, from the person listening to what the person wants. Like Jeff said, there's going to be a legislation. So what we do, rather, as influencers, is to be able to put up a petition. And that petition can be formal or informal, with rational acting and with rational acts. And that will be like a bell that is going to ring in the ears, and we keep mounting pressure, and something is going to be done. I promise you, as we are talking about this, it is being looked into as we're talking to it, because it's not been a topic of discussion just today.
Thank you so much, Bole Kane, for tuning in. She has been fighting toe and nail to promote the Cameroonian culture and entertainment with her channel, of course, the Hot Gem, for so many years now. And I just want to use this opportunity now to say kudos to all those who have been doing their best. Any way you've been doing, whether it's the programs that you present, whether it's the blogs, whatever stories that you write, thank you. Let's keep doing it, and let's do even more. 30 seconds, Epie, and then CY, and then of course Ipule Jeffrey will conclude, and we will call it bye for today.
Okay, thank you very much. What I want to say is that we've come to a point where we are talking about it. It mentions something. It means something is about to happen. A change is about to happen. It won't come. It might not come today, but as long as we talk about it, it will come. And if you do as Chichi said, taking it legally, like following up legally, I believe that something will be done about it. And to all the artists, to all those who are in the entertainment industry, please, my only advice is try to get to know your fans. They are the consumers at the end of the day.
Yes, good point.
Go to interaction with them. I'll take an example of my fiance's platform. Yes. There is no day that passes by that she doesn't post an interactive something. The people get to love her because of the way she does it. She comes to the media, talk to her fans, get them talking with other topics, get them talking related topics. An artist platform, somebody should not visit an artist platform and go there and see just shared link of today, and then the next week another link came in, and so they should create something
to engage people in a discussion.
Exactly.
Good point. And shout out to Mama Atalaku. You're doing wonders. You're doing amazing. Shout out to you. Shout out to Deli Singer. Shout out to Roy Mama. I saw her. You all are amazing. You all are amazing. Ladies, we should come together and do something.
Exactly. So please, and what I'm talking about is an example of what I'm talking about is recently you see when an artist like Kosi, what happened? He wanted to do something like a meet and greet with his fans. But what did he do? He went live, created questions, made them answer those questions, then just came out with a list of 100 people and said, okay, you people won a prize. Come at this position, let's meet and greet. Now he knew that if he put this thing online and people might come and others may not come, but what he ensured that to ensure himself to have fans around, he created something like that. They made interactions online on a live video. He brought names forth, and they had good time. If you see even the greet and meet something that they had, you realize that he even told them a life story on how he got to where he is. That's how you get to know your artist. That's how you get to relate with your fans. So I believe that the artist interaction with their fans is also very, very, very necessary to bring them closer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Papa Talaku. If I begin to be call over here for pass and through the phone you. In fact, you have talked well. You have talked well. So I think CY International is still there. We've lost Kwoh Elonge for some reason. CY International, let's wrap up with you. You get 30 seconds.
Yes. Listen, my query na say social media get power where if it bring change. My problem now say if you go people like Zlatan in Ghana, they be fight for their culture using social media. DJ Arafat, so many of them. My problem now is that how many of you people who are talking right here have stood for what we are fighting for, 80% and 20%? How many people read your posts? What is so difficult for you people to do even a video? Because if video, they go viral, so it go enter the government and they go see and say some serious things they happen and that decision go come out. But when some of you just she don't fall on her hands, una the only wait. Oh, that one they coach oh Pancho. Oh, you be this. Oh, you be that. Una only she don't una feel go succeed how. Some of us, some person like me, so I never even supposed to fight this thing because trust me, guys. I have worked and I'm very fine. But I'm doing these things for love. And when you guys don't support, you only take when there is debates like this, you come online. It doesn't make sense. Even two Baba them for Nigeria, they be fight this thing. They be use the necessary weapons will be needed. And our greatest weapon for now, social media. Please, if you believe and you want and you like this 80% Cameroon content and 20% foreign content, please open your voice, talk.
That's what we are doing here, CY International.
Do something.
We will all work together to make sure that this is implemented.
Don't only sit there and be doing write-ups. You do write-up that the next day you have some 10 comments and 20 comments. You have not done anything.
CY International.
Do a video that people will share on WhatsApp groups, on family groups, and the message will go out there. And trust me, if the government has to intervene, they will intervene. Don't just sit and fold your hands and when they cost on one man or when I just did it, when they look up. Because I don't carry the hate now. One man fight Nigeria. So please,
CY International.
I'm angry. I'm angry because when we are fighting this thing, some of you celebrities, you always sit and you fold your hands like this. You are watching so that when they don't fight, if they find, una start enjoy. Una only one give a BB story or technicality or no amount of funds that artists they go gather for meet up, then go bring change. The simple change is that all of us put our voice out there so that if we get to the government and they will sign that bill of 80% Cameroon content and 20% foreign content. And trust me, we'll go get network, we'll go get everything we'll need for this entertainment industry. That is me for tonight.
Gwen, your mic is muted.
Wow, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I want to conclude. Yeah, I want to conclude. I'm going to take 2 or 3 comments just from the comment section because it's a tradition on Spotlight with Gwendy to do that. And I'll take this from a celebrated blogger and media personality, Bole Kane. She says many A-list or upcoming artists don't even acknowledge when some of our 237 media outlets or blogs promote or showcase them or their work, but they are the first to share foreign blogs who post about them, and then they cry that we don't showcase their work and only one foreign artist. It's a two-way street. Very, very good point. We will not argue about that today because we are running out of time. There was a comment here by Deli Singer, which was very pertinent. And I think that she talked about the fact that no matter how much we talk, no matter how many solutions we propose, if we don't have a cultural identity, if we don't have something to sell, it would not still work. I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you to all of you for taking out time out of your busy schedules to make this discussion heard, to make your voices heard. I don't know. I can't say more than that. I'm so grateful. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you very much.
And I want to thank all those who were watching. Guys, share the video. We need more discussions like this. I want to propose a meeting with media men and women, all those media men and women and promoters. Let's have a discussion. Let me know if that's something that sounds good to you guys. We need to continue discussions like this every single day until the solutions come out. All right. So I'm going to say thank you, guys, and I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Let's keep fighting for Cameroon. We are not saying that we are banning foreign content because that would not be a good way out. Totally out of question. But reducing the influx, according to me, is a good way to start. Yes, let's go that route. All right, guys. I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day.
If the wars come to the wars, we go ban. No. If the wars come to the wars, we go ban. If the wars come to the wars, we will ban.
Get power. God
now God get power. If you
ban in the breed division, now God get power. And if agreement that
my brother, all the rest countries they be banned. Nigeria be banned before the day for play the day today. Why it be so difficult for one to pronounce them? Banning. Banning. When the wars come to the wars, we go ban.
I don't think that we'll get to that point because it's also important to maintain relationships.
Because I want to maintain relationship with you, my friend. No way.
80-20.
And so we are ending and concluding the program today on the fact that we should have an 80-20. So 80 Cameroonian and 20% of other content. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next time with the same pleasure. God bless you. Remember, you can be the change that you seek. Have a wonderful day, guys. God bless you. Bye-bye.